Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you again. In this video, you'll receive my channel message, plus a page from the Daily Guidance Angel book, and also a Universal Love Healing Oracle card. Now, please note that this is a collective group message, so it may not resonate with you today, and that's simply okay. Come back tomorrow where the message may be more aligned with what you need to know. Let's get into it. Self-imposed limitations. What self-imposed limitations have you placed on you? Where do they stem from? What past event, circumstance, situation have you endured that's caused you to feel limited? There are 3 limiting categories in your life: personal, professional, financial. That's the overarching ones, and then we'll dig deeper, and then there's different. Then we go specific. Yeah. Have you thought about why you have the limiting beliefs you have? Or have you just accepted and didn't even really question them? Or are you more of a person who prefers to just implement tools, techniques, and strategies to manage your self-limitations? Limiting beliefs stem from the limitations you place on your abilities and self. What matters is that you identify where those limits of self came from. What caused you to place self-imposed limits on you? It's time to dig deeper. Don't, you have limiting beliefs around money, yeah? Where does it stem from? What was your childhood like? What were you told, and I'm going to use the word told, about money? Money grows on trees, no, we're poor. What's all the background behind those limiting beliefs? What lack of self doesn't feel worthy of having that money? It's not you can implement tools, but that's hard work. That's something you're going to have to continuously implement strategies to overcome those limits when they arise throughout your life. But if you address the cause, they're not going to present themselves because you've healed it. You've addressed exactly. There may be, occasions where it's come at a different angle and it's still, it catches you. However, at least you're then able to identify and go, I know where that stems from, and move it really quickly. Do you not maybe feel worthy? Do you not feel deserving? Do you not feel good enough? Where do all of those stem from? It's time to dig deeper. Rather than just accept and go, I've got limiting beliefs and, or question. Why? I'm very big with why. I never just accept anything. And I'm going to say never. I don't. My husband has said to me for years before I really got into, became a Reiki master and really being able to channel what I channel today. And he'd say, you always analyze everything. And now I absolutely know why I did. It was that I was always looking deeper. I've never just looked at horizontal. That I want to know why. It's like a child, when you see a young child when they see something for the first time and they look at it and really analyze it and want to figure out how it works. We need to bring that between 2 and 4 year old childlike behavior back of asking why. When you bring that back in your adult life, life becomes a lot easier because you just don't stop and accept crap. You just go, no, why do I feel like this? And question. Find the source, the core of your self-limitations. It can take up to 7 layers deep. As in, you don't feel worthy. Why don't you feel worthy? What's causing you not to feel worthy? Find that answer and then question that answer. Then find that answer and question that answer. Find that answer and then question that answer. You will come to the source. It takes determination. If you choose to permanently eliminate or release, right, whichever word resonates with you, any limiting belief, it takes healing the cause, the source, from where that self-imposed limitation was created. You got to go back to where it came from and eliminate, release that. Otherwise, because at the end of the day, releasing is far easier than having to constantly manage your limiting beliefs throughout your life. That's a full-time job, having to manage your limiting beliefs. Because sometimes the source creates more than one limiting belief. It could be others about self. Now, limiting beliefs don't have to be broad. It's where we're saying, I can't do that. That's a limiting belief. You're limiting your opportunities in life. There's no such thing as I can't. You can. It's about choosing to and feeling confident to do. Yeah? A lot of these messages is sort of a continuation, and it's really, they may feel very similar, but I feel like it's offering you another perspective. And so clearly it's about that message may not have got with you, but the way that this is presented today may resonate more with you. You may go, So, if you are a person that is continuously, and I'll say continuously, or a lot looking for, strategies and tools of how to manage, aren't you sick and tired of having to do the hard work of to constantly bring extra stuff in? Isn't it far easier really to do the work at the beginning? Go 7 layers deep and find out what's limiting, especially if you're one that's got limiting beliefs around money. Oh my gosh. To continuously bring in strategies, it's like any time that you have an idea of to make money, guess what's going to come up? Limiting belief. Limiting belief. You might have been offered an opportunity, but you say you can't because limiting belief about money. You're not worth earning that money. A promotion may come up at work and you're saying, no, I can't do it. Why can't you do it? Is that another limiting belief that you're not worthy of earning that type of money? Or is it a limiting belief about self? That you're not worthy to have a position like that? I hope now you can really see how much that your limiting beliefs stem from your own limitations that you've placed on you. They're not external, they're internal. I hope that this resonates and that you're able to do the work and go 7 layers. That's what I do with my clients. I identify the source in everything. We go to the core. We find the cause. It's so important. Because otherwise your whole life is bringing in tools and strategies to manage. For me, that just sounds like bloody hard work. And I'm about doing things once and then that's it. Because I've released them. Bringing in tools and strategies, if you don't identify the cause, you're going to have to continuously bring in tools and strategies. And for me, that sounds like hard work. I don't know about you, but for me, that sounds like hard work. So it's up to you, how do you choose to live your life? Continuously having to be consciously aware to bring in tools in order to keep yourself balanced, or to go the 7 layers deep initially, do the work. Some of it's confronting, it may be. However, isn't that a lot easier than your whole life having to bring in tools? and continuously putting restraints on yourself about what you can and cannot have in life? Why would you choose that? That does not make any logical sense to me. So, really, I hope that you do see what I've been speaking about and acknowledge that a lot of your limiting beliefs are the limitations you've put on self. They're self-imposed. And so it's up to you to release those imposed limitations. So I hope that that really gives you a different perspective in which way to look at your limiting beliefs. All right, what has the Daily Guidance Angel Book got for us? Oh, Tilth. That's a newbie. Tilth. I have never pulled this page, so that is wonderful. Okay, Tilth. Before I read this page, if you want to close your eyes with me, take a deep breath. Just so you can absorb all the words from this message. The energy of this planet is twofold and can be summarized by a simple illustration of giving and receiving. The force of the former is magnificent to behold, extending your light outward so that its embers burn more boldly and brightly, similar to adding fuel and oxygen to a fire. The power of receptivity is cooler, yet equally beautiful to witness, evoking the feeling of blue light on snow and ice. It draws sustenance inward, where it can be gratefully utilized before spreading energy outward through the process of giving. Both forces help one another. That is, you need to give in order to receive and vice versa. The cycle is woven so deeply into the fabric of physical existence that to boost the flow of what you're receiving, you simply need to increase your giving. Tilthing is the ancient tradition of contributing 10% of your income to a cause of your choice. Yet it means so much more energetically, for you can give in many ways. If you long for more time, then volunteer your hours helping others. If you desire more clothing, furniture, and other material goods, then donate similar items to charities or individuals in need. If you'd like more money, then make a financial donation as you feel guided. Bestowing gifts jumpstarts the abundance that also pulsating throughout the physical universe. It goes to work immediately for all who move with these natural cycles. Give with great joy today, not for the purpose of receiving, but for the pure enjoyment of life's inherent rhythmic flow. Thought for today. I tilth out of my heart's genuine desire to give. Because sharing is my natural state, I effortlessly give and receive for the joy of it. What's such a beautiful message. And this is relevant in the sense that how much do you give to yourself first? How giving are you to you with kindness? Have you thought about the limiting beliefs often stem from scarcity? And this has just given me another perspective. And I do absolutely say to people, in order to attract more in your life, we must let some things go. Are you a person that wants more financial in your life, wants a different house, wants different things? However, you're limiting yourself by not releasing stuff that you have. And that is a limiting belief of lack, a limiting belief of scarcity. yeah? We can't let certain things go because I paid money for that, or why should I get rid of it? No, I need it. They're limiting beliefs. And so if you're wanting a different life and you're wanting an abundant life, but you're coming from a limiting place of lack, how are you going to attract that? And this is absolutely true. The more you give, the more you receive. Now, this is not about coming from a place of that, going, oh, well, I'm going to give to a lot of people so I can get back. That's not the way this works. The gift of giving is a gift to self. Because when you give to someone, how do you feel? Do you feel limited? Do you feel in lack? No. You feel one of abundant, that you're giving. And even if that's the form of donating some clothes to a secondhand shop, to a charity, that's the gift of giving, because you are giving to someone who cannot afford what you've given. It's not about you having to buy something to give someone else. You can gift your time. As it said, you could volunteer in a soup kitchen. If you are coming from a place of lack, that is a limiting belief. It's one of scarcity. And guess what you're going to attract? So if you're struggling to move forward and you're wanting to attain certain things, take note of, just look at your house, and I am looking at mine. The things that I have that I don't use. And I myself am still getting better at going, no, Kat, don't need that, get rid of it. Because I was coming from a place of lack for a long time. No, I'll keep it because just in case one day. Really? No. So decluttering is a wonderful way to also assist you if you have a limiting belief of lack, of scarcity. Start offloading. If you want new things in your life, you have to make room for them. It's no different to offloading your thoughts. You must make room for new thoughts. So this is really, I love this because it gave me a different perspective about a limiting belief of scarcity. How are you living in your daily life? Are you living in one of lack, one of scarcity, or one of abundance? Be mindful, because maybe just that continuous energy every day of how you live, you're limiting yourself. Yeah? So that's a bigger picture. How are you living? Are you living abundantly, or are you living in scarcity? That's a better word. I was going to say scarcely, but that doesn't make sense. So it's so important. And that was a brilliant book, because I was like, Tilth, I don't even know what that means. The more you give is the more you attract. And if you say you don't have time, that's one of scarcity, one of lack. You're limiting yourself, right? So be mindful what you say. Okay, let's keep moving along to the card. What does the card have for? Okay, what the? This has come up time and time again. And I'm actually I absolutely know why. Because the way that I work, the essence, the core of the way that I work is I want everybody to go back to their inner child, their younger self, and heal all the different things that are impacting their adult self. As in the limiting beliefs, not feeling worthy, not feeling deserving, coming from a place of lack. Healing the wounds, the trauma, the pain. And for most of you, it relates back to this. Some of you absolutely have adult trauma as well, which is just contributed to the inner child trauma. So it's multiplied it, enhanced it greatly. This inner child keeps coming up for a reason. And for a lot of you, your limitations, your self-limitations can stem absolutely from your childhood. I'm going to give you a couple of ideas. And I'm speaking from my own childhood. This is not a criticism about your folks. They weren't aware of the impact it would have on you in your adult life, right? They did the best they knew how. But I remember being told money doesn't grow on trees. No, we can't afford it. We don't have enough money for that. No, you can just wear that. These are good enough. No, can't afford that. No, we only have this type of food because that's all we can afford. More than likely, every day it was ingrained in me that money was lack. We lived a scarcity life growing up. This is not a criticism. This is acknowledgement and going, that's why I had the limiting belief around money. Because for me, it was limited. Money was limited in my life growing up. And it's not about blaming my mum, anything like that. It is acknowledging and identifying for me, that's where that came from, right? And you know what? I repeated that. I remember saying that to my children. Because at the time, I wasn't aware of how that impacted me until I started doing the healing. So it's not about blame. It's just about identifying it and going, And I remember, a teacher pulled me up and said, why should kids have to share their books with you? Another thing that I was, Paul, you're not worthy of sharing books. So not surprising that that really impacted my adult self about my worthiness. There are so many different situations that when I've reflected that have impacted all of those limiting beliefs that I had about self, about money, about profession. Like I only went to X amount, I think year 11 at school. Why should I have an office manager job? Why should I be doing what I'm doing? That used to be my thoughts, not anymore. And do I want to keep bringing in tools and strategies and to implement? No. Because if I was, I shouldn't be really doing this. I should not be doing videos. That's my perspective. Yeah? Because I don't believe I would be sitting here in integrity, sharing with people how to do things when I haven't healed myself first. So it's so important to look deeper at what's causing those limiting beliefs, and the inner child came up for a reason. What from your younger self is still impacting your adult self around, the limiting beliefs, the self-limitations you're putting on self? What happened? Go back, because this keeps coming up. So some of you may be still looking at all what we discuss in every video at a horizontal level. From here, you're thinking it, yeah? You're thinking, what happened when I was a kid? And you're answering it from your adult self because you're in your head, right? You're thinking. It's tapping into what you feel from your younger self. They're waiting to tell you. And I'm going to use the word tell. They're waiting to tell your adult self what happened to them, how they felt. So stop thinking. Get out of your head. It's not simple. It's not simple. However, there may just be a workshop in the pipelines to really assist you to find how to tap into your younger self, how to communicate with yourself. Let's go and read what Inner Child has, because I absolutely love the words in this message. I hope that you hear why. So definitely for this message, let's close our eyes and take a deep breath. just so you can release all of that energy and really recenter yourself to absorb the words from this message. Your inner child yearns love and attention. Your inner child wants to have fun, so maybe it's time to stop taking things so seriously and listen to the message your inner child or younger self has for you. I live inside your heart waiting patiently. I, the one you left behind, has never left you. For through all your travels, your days and nights, I have been with you. Look back through the midst of time and clouds of emotions, and you will see me. I am here, waiting. In finding me, you will become whole. In knowing me, you will know yourself better also, for we are one. I am the pure essence of you before the world took hold and reshaped and reprogrammed you. I am the essence of your soul self, the guardian of your true self. Let us travel the rest of our path together. A whole world awaits us. A whole universe surrounds us with love. All of time resides within us. All of time unfolds before us. Let us shed light on darkness. Let us jump for joy. Let us be all that we are through life's unfolding dream. Let love conquer all. I love this message. Your younger self has always been with you. Your adult self has just ignored him or her. It is time to allow your younger self to speak. And then just maybe you'll find why you have so many limitations on self. They're waiting to feel heard. So listen. And this message is it's just beautiful. It truly is a beautiful message. I hope that you gained something little from today's message and really offered you a different perspective in which to look at your limiting beliefs and the imposed limitations you put on self. I see them as the same. I wanted to use different language. Yeah? Because remember, you matter. You matter. You are your most valuable asset, so invest in you. Really take the time and do the deep work. Go vertical. Go 7 layers deep. Even if you only get to 5, be proud of that. Celebrate that. Because it's going to be attached to a traumatic event, a painful situation. It will be, the limitations you've placed on self will be attached to something. Dig deep and don't give up. Be persistent. Commit to it. Because it's going to be a lot easier than having to implement strategies and tools for your whole life. I want to thank you for your time, as I absolutely respect your time is so valuable. So thank you. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd be so grateful if you would like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Kat's message of the day. So for today, take care.